was the Lover House. This is not, quote me on that, it's gonna happen. I'll be honest, it flopped. If I had to change some things in the set list, this is what it would be. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Ali and today we are discussing the ERAS tour. I was lucky enough to attend the ERAS tour this weekend, twice actually. Yep, on my phone, sitting in bed, watching a live stream with about 100,000 other people. So today I wanted to have just a really chill sit down with you guys. It's gonna be a lot more calm than my previous video and just kind of debrief everything that happened on the weekend, how I feel about it. I'm gonna go through what I loved, what shocked me the most, what I would change, and a few little Easter eggs or references that you might not have picked up on. Also, if you are new here and this is the first time you're seeing my face, hello, I am Ali. You are so welcome here. I love anything pop culture, Taylor Swift, travel. They really say niche down on YouTube, but I just have a lot of hobbies and interests. But if this kind of content does interest you and you would like to see more of it, make sure you subscribe down below. And if you aren't new, welcome back. I love you guys the most. Make sure to smash that like button or whatever I meant to say, and let's get into it. Firstly, I want to show you guys, I did my rainbow nails, obviously for the ERAS, but we need to make some adjustments. So it's more like that. So in my predictions video, I was like, okay, these are my 30 songs that I think she'll put on the set list. Obviously it's not going to be 30, that's way too many. It's probably going to be more like 19 or 20. Homegirl did 44 songs. So that was my first mistake. I'm actually truly surprised about the lack of like medleys and mashups. It's just so funny that her previous tours had more medleys than this one. I just don't feel worthy. Honestly, if she decided to go on tour and just tour Midnights and like maybe sprinkle in a bit of Lover, I would have been like, amazing. I'm there. Sounds great. No part of me expected anything from Folklore or Evermore really to be toured besides maybe like one from each. I was just like, they're not that kind of album. She probably doesn't see it as like a touring album. I was wrong. And not only that, but to do like a career retrospective deep dive. That is so exciting for new fans or fans that never got the chance to see those songs performed live, but also us old fans that like have seen those songs before and it is just the most nostalgic thing in the world for her to play them again. We'll get to that. I'm gonna cry in the first 4 minutes. Basically what I'm saying is she's just so freaking generous and I love that girl. Okay, my most important question for you guys in this video is, what are your 2 dream surprise songs for your show date? One for piano, one for guitar. Obviously there are 4 songs that are already out of the running, so let me know from the rest of them. It's gonna take me a while to process the fact that she performs for 3 hours and 15 minutes. This has literally given me more motivation to work out than anything in the past 10 years. Like I want to have that kind of stamina, and to be fair, I will need it for when I go and see her. I have bad knees and I need to work on that so that I can be standing and dancing the whole time. A lot of people have been talking about how, you know, this is like Broadway shows, like Broadway performers are on stage every night, 8 shows a week, but Broadway performers get a 20-minute intermission every night, every show. Taylor didn't take any break longer than like 15 seconds for a costume change. Broadway performers often are not on stage the entire time, like they'll have scenes that they're not in. They're also not dancing the entire length of a football stadium in heels like that. I just need to know how this was physically possible. Nonetheless, this does make me really excited for her to someday make her Broadway debut because I know it'll happen and I know it's gonna be so amazing. I wouldn't be surprised actually if she ends up writing musicals. There's definitely going to be a Taylor Swift jukebox musical one day. Mark my words, quote me on that, it's gonna happen. But I also think we'll see her writing one and starring in one. That girl wants an EGOT, we know that. If any of you guys were at the tour on the weekend, I need to hear everything about it. What was it like? What was the best song? What was the most surprising thing that happened? Where were you seated and how was the view?
You're my best view.
It's funny, I'm so jealous because you got to go in blind and, you know, not know anything that was gonna happen. But also now it's like your show's over, whereas everyone else is still looking forward to theirs. So it's like, you win some, you lose some. I'm just so insanely jealous of everyone. I mean, for obvious reasons, but also Arizona got to see Paramore live. You got to see Misery Business. That is a dream that I don't know will ever be fulfilled for me, and I'm just very happy for you guys. I think with like feminism and the conversation around songs like that and Better Than Revenge, we've kind of come full circle. Like there was a time when those songs came out and they were bangers and everyone was like, yeah, fuck her, like fuck that other girl. And then there was a time where we were like, okay, maybe that's not appropriate. Women should support women. And I think now we've arrived at a place, at least I have, where it's like, you can love girls and you can love women, but these are undeniably bangers and I'm gonna love that song anyway. And if that's my feminism leaving the stadium for 3.5 minutes, so be it. Let's discuss set list. Opening with Miss Americana. Nobody saw that coming. Guarantee you not one single person had that on their predictions list as the opening song. Here's the funny thing, I realized it was literally in her announcement post. Like, yeah, she said, I'm Enchanted to announce, and so we were all like, oh my god, Enchanted's gonna be on the set list. Yeah, but also she ends it by saying, it's been a long time coming. It was right there. And the thing that really touched me, like during that opening performance, was not only that it's been a long time coming, because yeah, obviously it has been, but also her singing, it's you and me, that's my whole world. I felt that. She was like, it's you and me. It's the fans and me. Like that speech she gave before Mirror Ball, she just spoke about how much she missed that connection that she has with her audience. And like, oh, it was just a perfect opening song choice and I respect it. I love it.
I get it. Like, I respect it.
Even if it wasn't what any of us would have guessed, I think that makes me love it so much more because I'm like, how great that all of us were just like floored and so surprised. Also the dances and those big, like, what would you call that? Those big things. The whole opening part just reminded me of like an Olympics opening ceremony. The budget that she has, the effort she goes to, no one else is doing that. I went to see Harry Styles last month. Don't get me wrong, it was the highlight of my year so far. But Homeboy just comes out there and sings. He doesn't have a choreographed dance. He doesn't have backup dancers and singers that have whole routines and outfit changes.
How long did you work on that choreography? Oh wait, there was none.
Seeing Taylor Swift live, it's not like going to a concert. It is going to a spectacle, a performance. And I love her so much for that. Truly, people have probably said this, but there is no bad seat at a Taylor Swift show because she really does things with everyone in mind. The screens, the dances, the stages, everything. Like those in the nosebleeds would have had the best view of everything that happened down on the stage. Like those projections, oh my god, like the swimming. Okay, so I want to do a little outfit review and talk about my favorite of her costumes. The first outfit, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Hands down, God tier. Immediately God tier. This is Pop Star Barbie. And I love it. The man kind of shocked me by being on the set list, but this outfit, oh, I don't really talk about this on my channel, but I love style and fashion and things like that. It's a big interest of mine. You might be looking at my outfits and being like, really? But in particular, like I love when Taylor dresses in more masculine silhouettes. And so when she put on that blazer, I was like, it's time. It's time for the man. And that was just perfect. As we've only seen 2 nights so far, it's hard to say for sure how many changes she's doing. We've had variations for most of the costumes, I think, for each night. I feel like maybe she'll do like 3 different kinds, but she's not gonna do a different outfit every single stop of the tour. That just makes no sense. Then again, I've been surprised in the past. It could happen. Reputation. This is Lava Girl meets The Hunger Games meets Hot Robot, and I'm here for it. Normally, I'm really terrified of AI and like robot things, but if they look like this, I'm okay with that. And of course, Enchanted. This is the Barbie cake that I wanted for my 5th birthday. Like she just looks like a dream, and the fact that it mirrors so well the dress that she used to wear for Enchanted on the Speak Now tour. I love the little things that she does. For us old nostalgic little bitches, just those little callbacks mean the world. I'm equally obsessed with both of her folklore outfits. The purple one really reminds me of Hermione's Yule Ball dress. And the second one is just so like dainty and delicate, and the little ballet slippers. It's so different to anything we've ever seen her wear, and it's so whimsical. I love it. I am sad that she didn't draw a 13 on her hand or lyrics down the arm, but also that would have only worked for like 1 or 2 of the eras, so I get that it's not really tangibly possible, but fear not, I will still be doing that. I also just want to show you guys some of my favorite fan costumes and outfits, so here is a quick montage of some of the best that I've seen so far. Last one, her transition, I swear I've watched it like 30 times. She just looks so hot. I'm amazed. Finally, my favorite costume was the Fearless dress. Like when she came out and we heard the opening notes to Fearless, the song. I had immediate goosebumps. I think because I was expecting to hear like You Belong With Me and Love Story. Fearless to me feels a little bit forgotten, like Fearless the song, and that has always been one of my favorite songs. Not only that, but it's the opening song to like one of my favorite albums, the album that raised me. So hearing those opening notes and seeing her skip out with the sparkly guitar and the gold fringe dress, I felt like I was 13 again. It was great.
Let me insert a picture of that sparkly guitar back when she was a teenager. She just knows what we want to see.
Not only that, but she decided to do what I'm calling the fearless stomp twirl. She's trying to kill me, I swear. If any part of me was not already convinced I needed to see this tour, if I was like, oh, I've seen the songs, that right there, that did it. I will be paying the thousands of dollars that it requires to somehow make it to this show. Let's talk about some of my random little favorite things. So besides the aforementioned fearless stomp twirl, bringing back the folklore cabin. Obviously we didn't get much of folklore live, but that was one of the rare instances, if not the only instance where we got to see that. It was just such a beautiful design that it deserved to be seen again. I wonder when they came up with that. This is the reason that I need, sorry, my brain is going all over the place. This is the reason that I need to see a ERAS tour documentary, like not even just the concert movie, Hannah Montana 3D concert movie, but also a documentary of like the making of it and the lead up to it, because this, I know, has been swirling around in her brain for years, like longer than any of us can conceive. I think she even said that on opening night, that she's been planning this for so long. But I need to know, like, how did they choose which songs would make the set list? How did they decide which order the eras would be in? I'm just so fascinated by the thought process that goes into all of it. Random note, but I also cried when she said my guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Like, just wasn't expecting it, but that is just such a small thing that means so much. And that's the kind of thing that would actually turn away a lot of fans and would make a lot of people not respect her anymore, not listen to her songs, like actively choose to not be a fan anymore. And yet that is something that she's like, yeah, well, that's something I care about and that's easy for me to say. And like, of course I would show support to that community. And so that was just really nice to hear. It's one sentence, a couple of words, but knowing how much that means to so many people, that just made me really happy. Okay, so one other thing I noticed was Enchanted, which again, no surprise that that was on the set list, and we'll get to the speak now of it all. Enchanted was the 19th track on the set list, which is a lot for me personally. I wonder if that was deliberate, but also that means that if she added 2 more Speak Now songs, which seems fair, 22 would have been the 22nd song, which I also would have loved. I can workshop that for her, it's okay. Also, the rep visual. You guys know I'm not really like a rep girly. Don't get me wrong, love the album. I just mean in terms of the people that go hard for rep and like wear rep merch every day and like feel that kind of energy in their soul. It's just not me. I'm just not cool enough. I can't be in the band. I'm not cool enough. But like the rep tour was probably one of my favorite ever Taylor shows that I saw live, and that's saying a lot. And bringing back the elements of that and those visuals and those performances, oh my God, what a treat. I think she realizes that a lot of people became fans after Reputation, and like when Rep came out, it kind of, look, I'll be honest, it flopped in terms of like the general population. When they heard Look What You Made Me Do, they were like, Taylor Swift has lost it, like what is she doing? But by the time the full album was out and the media was like, oh, should we apologize to Taylor Swift because she actually wasn't lying, and tickets came out a long time before the show was, people that joined a bit later would have missed out on seeing that. And obviously that was the most recent tour she's done. She's gained so many fans since Lover, Folklore, Evermore, and Midnights. So it's so awesome that all of these new fans are getting to experience just the epicness that was the Rep tour. I was honestly expecting her to bring Karen back out, the big fat snake, but maybe that would have been a bit too much. I honestly got chills when she had all of the old Taylors in those glass boxes. Even the albums she owns were in there, like Lover, Folklore, Evermore, and Midnights were in those boxes. So it's like, okay, you really are killing all of these. And I know it's a different song, but immediately the lyric that came to my mind with that is, he's got my past frozen behind glass, but I've got me. And it's like all of the old Taylors literally stuck behind glass, but then her center stage singing, but I've got me. Between that performance and My Tears Ricochet, oh my God, that was a lot. My biggest shock of the night, Marjorie. Taylor playing Marjorie is something that I never in a million years would have guessed. I might have even talked about that in my ERAS Tour prediction video. Just zero part of me thought that that is something that she would want to sing every single night, because it's obviously so emotionally heavy and raw, and as Taylor knows, people in the audience have lost someone. Like, that song is hard to sing and it's hard to hear. I cried. I'm sure 50%, if not 100% of the stadium cried with her as Taylor cried. But I tell you what, it is so moving to hear that song, and just the fact that like Marjorie's vocals are also in that track. So Marjorie is getting to sing on the biggest stadium tour of all time. Oh, Marjorie came out the day of my grandma's funeral. So that song is a lot. Like, it's already a lot, obviously, but the timing of that was like, this is not going to be a song that I listen to every day, you know? That's on the category of like Ronan and Soon You'll Get Better for me. So I'm emotionally preparing myself to hear that live, and I'm just so proud of her. I know that she would feel close to her grandma every night that she performs that, and that is just so beautiful. The fact that Marjorie never got to see how big and how successful Taylor has become means that she's now on stage singing with her, and that is just so beautiful. Okay, now let's talk about the absolute crime she committed, not playing Me. No, but in all seriousness, I actually was very surprised she didn't perform Me, just because that song made her so happy.
And then you say that you'll never find another like me.
I think this is the first single.
Baby doll, when it comes to a lover, I tell you that you'll never find another like me. I'm the only one of me. Baby, that's what's fun of me. Holy shit.
And honestly, it makes me sad to think that like maybe reading how much people, fans included, shit on that song, she was like, well, I don't want to get made fun of, so I'm not going to play it on the tour. But like, that was the first song she ever owned. So I am shocked she didn't play Me. I don't mind, because I did get to see it live during the Lover era. I'm sad if that's something that she wanted to sing and didn't because she felt bullied about it. Something else that I love is how she incorporates the music videos into the performances, like we see for Willow, for example, because that is something that she really did a lot during Fearless, Speak Now, and kind of Red eras, having those on the screens and having it involved in the choreography or staging. Oh, I was also so shocked and amazed and like happy that she sang The Last Great American Dynasty. That is one of my favorite songs from Folklore. Storytelling of it is just immaculate, and the costuming and like choreography reminded me so much of Speak Now from the Speak Now tour. If you know, you know. So I thought that was really special, and hearing that live, every time I hear that song and hear And Then It Was Bought By Me, I'm just taken back to the first time I heard that, and I was just like, it is some of my favorite storytelling of all time, and so I'm so glad that that made the cut. Okay, one confession that I need to make. I don't know if I spoke about this in my Ranking Every Taylor video. The Willow music video, specifically the part where they're in their hoods dancing around the fire, really scares me. I'm such a baby when it comes to things like that. I don't know why it freaks me out. It's not in like a witchy way. Like, I'm fully on board with women being witches and casting spells and being powerful. I think it's just the facelessness of it and the hoods. Like, it's giving Volturi, honestly, and it spooks me out. But at the same time, it is iconic. And seeing that on stage, I was like, ooh, shivers, goosebumps, but also, wow. That is actually one of the parts that I'm really excited to see live if I get to. Like I said before, a Taylor Swift show, it's a show. It's not just a concert. Just all of the thought that goes into it. It's such a performance. It's so theatrical, and I love that about it. Also, where does she even come up with these ideas? Like, why was that in the Willow music video? Who knows? Who cares? It's iconic. Another favorite thing, sorry, this is so jumbled and out of order, but that's obviously how my brain is. Who can blame me? Another favorite thing is the 22 t-shirts. And firstly, UMG, or Taylor's team, Taylor Nation, if you're watching this, you should be selling that as merch. Everyone would buy it. Just do with that what you will. As we saw, she changed her shirt from night 1 to night 2, and also as we saw, there were red letters. So naturally, because we're Swifties, we're theorizing about what that could mean. And so far, the red letters that we have could be leading towards something spelling out Speak Now, Taylor's version. And I am not going to get my hopes up for this. I'm going to be optimistic, but not hopeful or like placing anything on that, because she could just be having fun and those are just cute t-shirts. But also I will be tuning in this weekend to see if it's anything different. Even if it doesn't spell out anything like, you know, Speak Now, Taylor's version out now or whatever. I would also just love if it was little secret messages, because that's kind of a little throwback to what she used to do.
It's a message.
So in her lyric booklets, all of the writing would be lowercase except for a couple of letters which would be uppercase, and if you wrote them all out, it spelled out a secret message that typically just told us like which guy the song was about. And then as she got more famous towards like Red in 1989, it got a little bit more cryptic or vague, and then she just stopped doing it because people didn't deserve that from her. But that is something as an old fan that I've always kind of missed, and so if there's any element of that, I'll be stoked. Now we're up to the hard part where I have to talk about what I would change. Now let me just say, I think this show is perfect. Like, no notes. Well, no, sorry. As a Speak Now and debut fan, I have some notes. I would drain my bank account to see this show. Like, it is perfect. I think she has created the perfect show that both old fans and new fans will love. You actually look at the songs, it's pretty 50-50 on singles versus non-singles. And naturally, of course, she's gonna play the more songs that haven't been performed live. And in my ERAS Tour predictions video, I shared that most of the songs that have been played live the most are from debut. So it makes sense. However, gun to my head, if I had to change some things in the set list, this is what it would be. Love Story, I'm sorry, you're gone. And this is coming from a place of privilege because I've seen that song live every show, like every single show. And she's being replaced with Mr. Perfectly Fine because that has never been performed live and I need to hear it. Sorry. I Knew You Were Trouble, I'm sorry, you're gone as well. And she is being replaced with I Bet You Think About Me. Again, it's from the same era, but it's a song that hasn't been performed live. I think I would just love to see more vault tracks in there. But again, I understand, I'm privileged. For the fans that haven't seen them, I'm happy for you. We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together can stay, but it's gonna be the rock version because that one just goes so hard.
Please rise for our national anthem.
Out of 10, she ate that up.
I think the most obvious thing that I'm gonna say in this whole video is that I'm shocked that she didn't play Long Live. I get it, she's played it on previous tours and she played it on the rep tour, so like it makes sense, but I'm like, I wanna hear Long Live. So I'm also just distraught at the absolute massacring and erasure of Speak Now and debut.
I am done with Taylor Swift. Yup, 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 yup.
So I just need to like wedge some more of those songs in there somehow. So Long Live is one of those. In order to fit that in, what would I take out? Maybe one of the rep songs, because again, like we just toured that album. I can't take anything from Midnights, that was perfect. I'm sorry, it doesn't deserve this, but maybe I'll take one from Folklore or Evermore because they got a lot. Here's a question for you guys. If you had like a couple of favorite songs that you wanted to see, like say it's Long Live or You're On Your Own Kid or something from debut, would you sacrifice All 10 Well to hear it? Because someone commented, Ali, you made a joke about like, you know, would you sacrifice 3 songs to hear All 10 Well live? And you were right because you sacrificed Speak Now songs. I was like, no. That was a painful realization. So I have to really think about, would I give that up? Because I just need to hear All 10 Well live. And I have heard Speak Now live before. I think I'm just more angry about the injustice of other eras getting so much and then these two not getting enough. So it's like, if we shave off some from the others, maybe I'd feel better. I don't know. Another song that I'm absolutely flabbergasted that it didn't make the set list is You're On Your Own Kid. Honestly, it's almost funny to think about what a big deal this song became and like people were using it for their TikTok videos and their reels, and people made friendship bracelets to give out because of this song. Like this became such a big thing. I'm really surprised it didn't make the set list. It really had a big viral moment online, but then also just with the fans it was so loved. So I will be adding You're On Your Own Kid. I don't know what I'll take out. I also really need to hear Cornelia Street and Death by a Thousand Cuts. I know that we have the live from Paris version of that, but like I want to hear those live because those are some of my favorite like songs ever, just those live versions. So I would love to hear that. So unfortunately that means I need to take out Lover and The Archer. I'm sorry. I also really need to add Maroon, but I can't take anything out of the Midnight section. So I think I'm gonna have to make some of the rep section or the Evermore or Folklore sections, because those were quite long, medleys, and just like squeeze them down a little bit. Finally, I need a permanent debut song on that roster. And I think it should be Our Song. I know Tim McGraw and Teardrops were also iconic, but like Our Song was just that song for me. It was the song that made me a fan. So for me, that should be performed every single night. Naturally, I was being a little bit ambitious when I said I would like to hear Better Than Revenge on tour, but I would have taken Mine, The Story of Us, Haunted. Never did I think I would miss the days of Evermore slander, but I would take that over her just ignoring debut and Speak Now. That is far more painful to me. Another thing I have to confess, Vigilante shit being on the set list shocked me. Like when that started, I was like, really? This song? And then I was immediately humbled by the absolutely incredible performance that she gave.
I'm not trying to be a prude here, but if I'm the mom of a 10-year-old girl in the audience, there were just a couple of moves there that I would be like,
No, you're right. You're
not looking at that.
Again, theatrics. I'm obsessed. I feel like she was watching Chicago one night and they were doing Cell Block Tango and she was like, that's it. That's what I'm gonna do. And it's just perfect. Like it's about destroying a man's life and being like, yeah, he deserved it.
He ran into my knife 10 times.
And he abused it. It was a murder, but not a crime.
If I could be ultra nostalgic little bitch, I would bring back out the Speak Now tree and have her sing on that. But I think that worked better in the way smaller stadium that she performed Speak Now at, because I think that was the B stage. I remember being like this close to her when she sang that, and I didn't have the best seat, so that was a real small B stage. Whereas with this football stadium size, everything kind of has to be, you know, able for everyone to see it. Okay, another thing that I think she paid homage to or took inspiration of, and I haven't seen anyone talk about this online, which is crazy to me because it was my immediate thought, the costume change in Midnight Rain. Let me know if you know where I'm going with this. It was literally Tom Holland singing Umbrella. That's the same. I just love that this is a legend respecting another legend. Tom Holland's performance of Umbrella on lip sync is the best thing of all time. Yeah, I think so. And so her kind of like paying homage to that, whether intentional or not, is my favorite thing of all time. One question that I have is with the Lover House. Firstly, iconic that she put that up there. So fun. When she burned it down, firstly, what do you think that represents? Because a lot of people are saying, oh, she's done with her past. Like this means, you know, she's putting that aside and not revisiting it ever again. I kind of see it more as that was a time that she went through, and the fire represents, you know, like the hardship, the pain, and she is like a phoenix rising from the ashes. It is weird symbolically to be like, I'm burning all the witches, even if you aren't one. Yeah, burning all of the things, even the ones she owns. But the thing that confused me is this is the Lover House. This is not. Like, that is just not the same thing. And for the budget that they have, like for how accurate everything else was, why does this look so different? Is that just like a mistake, like a coincidence, an accident? Why does it look so off?
I had an epiphany in the middle of the night. Is the lighter and the flame on the Midnight's cover a hint, an Easter egg, if you will, towards her burning down the Lover House?
One of my closing statements today is I apologize. I will say it. I apologize right now for not appreciating vigilante shit. I can own that. As a song, I'm still probably not gonna like put it on as much as I put on others, but that performance, standing ovation from me. However, I need every single mastermind and karma hater to apologize to me directly. Like, I deserve that. Everyone that disagreed with me when I said karma would be the perfect closer, you might have disagreed with me, but Taylor Swift did not. It is just so feel good. It encapsulates everything that has happened to her. You know, in a musical, when the last song is always this big group number that's like fun and you leave the theater just feeling happy and like full of life, that is what karma is. And I'm so glad she put that last. It's so fun. Plus having Mastermind right before it, this like big number that builds and like, you know, it's just, oh, it's perfect, her mind. Then there is also the question of, at the end of the show, after playing Karma, the last thing that we see on the stage is an orange door. Orange. After she played Karma. I'm trying not to be that annoying theorist, letting my mind run away, but like, that has to mean something, right? I'm ready to hear your theories. And something else that made me smile is, I think you can just tell how much fun Taylor is having and how much she just belongs on the stage. I think we know this from Mirrorball, you know, she lives for the applause. She needs to be performing, and hearing the crowd roar and sing back to her. Where was I going with this? Oh yes, and so this man who works for Taylor and has worked for her since I think about Speak Now or maybe earlier, said that this is the happiest he has ever seen her, which is just so nice because it would be so easy to be stressed, anxious, nervous, worried, like just trying to get through this, but she just belongs up there. Like, this is what she was born to do, what she was put on this planet to do. And so, God, it is nice to see her doing it again and for us to be able to experience it. And that reminds me, meet and greets. So I did say I didn't think she would do them just because of the pandemic, her mum's health, but also just like in general. She's doing shows every week. I didn't even know then that there would be 3-hour, 15-minute shows, but like, you cannot afford to get sick. You also cannot afford for any of your dancers or singers or crew or anyone to get sick. So I just think not having meet and greets makes the most sense. It is exactly what I would have recommended and done. Obviously, it's sad that fans won't get that chance to meet her, but there will always be other times. Andrea is the most important thing, but also just keeping everyone healthy and safe is what matters. Also, I think it kind of takes a bit of the pressure off a lot of what I've been seeing online, which is like fans just kind of conjuring up these things of like, how do I get noticed? How do I make Taylor Nation and Taylor see me and like pick me to go backstage? And people not having to worry about that going into a concert makes it better, I think. I just think people are gonna have a more organic take natural experience now and not have to stress about they get picked or not, you know? Obviously I would die to have that experience, but again, at the end of the day, nothing is anywhere near as important as keeping people healthy and safe. I would also recommend masking up at these concerts. I saw from opening weekend, tons of people are testing positive, and like if people are flying to that and then flying back to other states or other countries or like see their parents or grandparents, like not worth it. So if you can, mask up. Think of like Taylor at the Grammys, how she made that part of her costume. You can totally do the same. Things I would love to know from you guys in the comments. What was your favorite costume slash outfit? That can be from like either of the nights we've seen so far. Which song on the set list surprised you the most? And what song were you surprised didn't make the cut? I'm gonna force you to do what I had to do, which is if you want to add a song to the set list, you have to tell me which you would take off, because you can't make her sing more than 44 songs. So you have to pick what's gonna go. Also on my Instagram, I did a bunch of polls for all of you guys to guess which songs would be on the set list and which wouldn't, or like which ones you'd rather see. And I made that into a story highlight. So if you would like to go and see that, it's very fun to reflect back now and see like how wrong were we, what did we get right. So I'll leave my Instagram down below as well as my predictions video. And yeah, I'm just so excited this is finally happening. Can't believe we still don't have international dates, but also I'm secretly grateful because the stress of that is just a lot to take on right now. I'm grateful for the extra time to like save my money, save my mental capacity, cross that bridge when we come to it, because it's gonna be the Great War all over again. So I'm gonna go head off and listen to Eyes Open on repeat. Can't wait to hear all of your answers in the comments down below. As always, I will reply to as many comments as I can. I just love talking to you guys about all this stuff. Give this video a thumbs up if you can. It just really helps me out. I really appreciate it. I hope you are having a great day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Is this what it feels like to grow